So there are company tactics associated with product placement, and the reason for the increased spending is that there's an appeal stronger in non-advertising contexts. There's a perception of what others think is important, and also it provides post-purchase reassurance, and it reaches people who really place little value on brands. And so this is a company tactic as it relates to how do you put your product and promotion out there for those people to see. Now let's focus on the perceptive of media. There is a reason why all this is being done. Two reasons. Product placement and brand entertainment is being done for one key reason, and that's to generate revenue. If you can generate revenue in this area, it allows you to do a number of things. And so we really want to make sure that our generation of revenue is one of the primary reasons for product placement and branded advertising. So these two go hand in hand. Let me get to the next slide here. I was trying out something a little different, but didn't quite work. So we're going to move on to cinema advertising. Now, you know, we all have been at the movies and we see these long commercials. And we wonder, why are we seeing all these commercials? We're seeing all these commercials because it actually works. Movies are a captive audience. So there are advertisements that are put on prior to the movie. It's designed to captivate the audience because you're there already, so why not promote to you? And you look at how cinemas are able to integrate integrated campaigns. They can integrate 30-second commercial spots. There are 17,300 theaters as of this date of research, 2,600 plasma screens in the lobbies, and of course you're able to deliver to 50,000 demonstrations of at least your product, and you can have what they are calling 700,000 lobby impressions. That's pretty encouraging when you're thinking about that there are theaters and lobbies, and all of them have branding opportunities where it's either branding of banners, signage, or even holographic signs or 3D kiosks. So it allows us to see that advertising in the movies is an important way to advertise. How about other alternatives to media? Now, you probably didn't think about subways being a way to advertise, but it is. Public facilities, parking lots, stairs, escalators. Now, I will tell you also elevators are used to advertise as well as an alternate form of media. Airlines, you see that quite often. And then facial recognition, digital displays. Really unique ways to market and advertisement. So I really think that we have changed the game as it relates to how do we market in unique ways. And of course, this chapter that we're talking about is all about alternative marketing. In-store marketing is believed that when you're in the store, 60% of your decisions are made while you're in the store. There's no way to change that because people are right there and the product is right there. So it's a perfect blend between those two concepts. And of course, it receives limited funding because you're right there at the moment of impact, so to speak. And so that allows us to see that when you're in the store, it's a critical time for you to make a buying decision, and that's why in-store marketing is still an important part of advertising. Now, this figure 10.11, talks about the types of advertising that most influences purchasing of clothing. And we just discussed this here, a concept here, that 52.6% of those decisions are made in the store. A very small percent are made by direct mail, and then of course print ads have a percentage as well. About 24% are done by people who are receiving those ads in the mail as well. Awareness of product and new products, certainly when you're in the store, you are a captive audience. So you see this huge spike here that 72% of those people are becoming aware of your product while they're in the store. If you note the other areas, it's done so by TV advertising. People are able to recognize your products because they saw it on television. So I would never negate the fact that all of these work together as ways to brand and build awareness for your product. In-store marketing tactics, of course, is make or break time, and so we just talked about that as well. But the beauty of it is that, they use color and light and sound and taste and maybe even smell to encourage you to purchase. And so there may be other things that allow you to see motion. So it could be video screens of the product being worn or television monitors that has a advertisement for the actual product. Point of purchase displays. You may have heard of POP. Point of purchase tactics include Using the location, basically, it includes basically any form of special exhibits that advertises the merchandise. So retailers locate point of purchase displays near the cash register, at the end of the aisle, in the doorway, really are trying to get noticed. And so point of purchase tactics is a good way to use location as a way to build marketing effects. Half that are effective is 20% increase in sales. So it tells you that sales increases because people are actually making a buying decision pretty immediately. Effective point of purchase displays include a number of these factors on the screen. You can basically see there are a number of them. They want to keep the color of the displays down so the product and the signage stand out. So you want to reduce the clutter. You want to make the display reusable and easy to convert, where maybe you can change it up based on the seasons. Make the display easy to stock as well, and so that's how you're able to use and reuse those POP displays in the various locations where advertisement is front and center. But how do you measure the POP effectiveness? You do so by a couple of these type of tactics. Measuring and looking at how to be sure you're effective takes a little time. You have to look at what happens if you're in a retail environment and if you're in a manufacturing environment. For retailers, it indicates time to withdraw or change the display. You can identify that POP displays have the largest impact or determine which ones should go and which ones should stay. And then for manufacturers, data can improve the quality of your displays and strengthen relationships with retailers. So you want to find out, what do people think about your POPs? And so great way for you to continue to market and evaluate how effective your marketing strategies are. Brand communities. Now, brand communities are the ultimate demonstration of brand loyalty and brand devotion, and it takes the form of these various communities. Brand communities do not form or are available for every product or company. They cannot be created by a company or a product. However, a marketing department can facilitate and enhance this community experience, but it's a really unique concept. It's more symbolic in nature. So the reason why brand communities form is because there's an affiliation with the brand. There's an affirmation of this buying decision that, yes, I made a good decision. There's this social identity that is created at this time and the bond that's created. You're able to swap advice and provide help to others, and you have ability to offer feedback and new ideas as well. And you will see more of this as it relates to this concept in your book on page 298. There's a lot of information associated with brand community that you can read a whole lot more, particularly on page 299 also. Ways to enhance a brand community helps to do a number of things. As you see, there are 6 different areas on the screen. And you look at create benefits to encourage new customers to join, provide materials that's not really available anywhere else, involve firm representatives in the product and in the groups, sponsor special events, promote communication, and overall you want to build a strong brand reputation. That allows you to really utilize how you incorporate brand communities to be effective. In closing, there are always international implications associated with alternative marketing. You can really read more about this in your chapter book, but there are some concepts associated with how do we make sure that our messages are getting across to all people in all areas across the world, if you will, and make sure that you don't have any ad clutter, which can be a global problem. Thank you.